It was at this moment in time that I realized the mistake I had made, and just going to have to do a whole lot of backtracking and fix my mistake, which is at the governor. Good morning, everybody. I believe this is the first time that I've actually climbed up on this little tractor and sat on the seat. And I think the engineers forgot to design a proper mounting of this tractor. Like it's kind of like a dangerous darn endeavor to get up here. But anyway, it might look like I'm ready to go for a little drive on the Cub, but far from it. As indicated in the intro there, I've got a little bit of work ahead of me. Hopefully I can remove that governor and replace it without taking too much apart. But after working with this thing yesterday, I had several problems that I overcame. One was just getting the starter. Everything's going to work on the starter. That's great. I changed out the distributor. I put the mag in, discovered that somebody had been in there ahead of time, and according to the YouTube University, they didn't have the rotor timed to the little pinion drive that was limiting my spark to through the cap and into the plugs. Got that fixed, but all this time it was just nothing but farting and wheezing and backfiring and puffing and making small smoke. Other problems were I put new spark plugs in all the holes, got all those holes cleaned up, put new plugs in. And another problem, I took the side cover off for the tappets and the valves, and there was two stuck valves in there. I think they're probably still going to hang up a little bit, but so there was problems. It was getting better. I was getting closer to, I'd try to run, but it just wouldn't. And I changed the timing that I could with, rolling the pulley over to the next set of, one turn and putting the mag back in, and it was even worse. So I put that back to the original. But where I've decided that I had that governor off, and I thought I'd put it in, but I think the drive gear for the mag and the governor are out by at least one cog. So we're going to get after that this morning and try to doctor that up, and then pick up from where we left off yesterday. Stick around. I don't know if I can get off this darn thing without breaking my neck. Another problem I got is this seat is seized up. It doesn't work on the spring. But anyway, we'll get down successfully. No, milk just doesn't move that fast. I wish I could, but we just sped the darn video up by 3 times. I got a couple of paint marks right there. You can see them on those teeth, but right in the middle at the root of those 2 teeth is a dot that's stamped on the side of that idler gear. So we'll identify the tooth that has to go in from the governor drive gear, and it's got a mesh inside that. You won't be able to see it, or I won't be able to see it either, because the whole assembly is going to come through that seal. And so what I'm going to do is mark it on the opposing side as well, giving you a better idea of where I got to be. And hopefully we'll get this thing meshed into the right cog. This is kind of a really hard thing to get lined up in the proper cog. You can see my paint mark right there on the bottom of that one particular tooth there, and that has to line in between the other on the idler gear on the other two cogs that I put paint marks on. No, we're not ready to go yet. We still got to try it out from all that there little repair we did, the snafu. But I'm only about 73% sure that it was out of time on the gear, and only 82 or 83% sure that I got it timed right this time. So after the coffee gets brewed up, we're going to have a cup of coffee, and then we'll connect them batteries and turn the fuel on and see what happens. I'm going to go with a whole lot of confidence. I'm rigged up ready to start this, or try to start again, the Cub. So I'm going to put the muffler on. This here needs a little work on it. All right, so here goes. Happens. You got the back. About the same as yesterday. We'll move the mag around a bit. Well, we still got the same problem. I'm pretty sure I'm timed at the governor gear now, and my alternate thought is now to pull the mag off and maybe put that distributor on. It's not even firing with the summer air and got the gas shut off. Well, it's doing the same thing, I guess. But yeah, we sure got this problem with this one valve. It's really stiff. Keeps hanging. I don't know if it's getting any better. Try to spray some WD-40 up on this in the spring area there. Well, in desperation, I think I'll go check the clearances, and we'll just go through all these valves, make sure they're got some proper clearances. Better have a beer first though. All right. Well, we had a little break there, and I come back out and I set all those valves to 13 thousandths. Yeah, there's a lot where, yeah, they're unadjusted. There's still that one that sticks up there, and it's probably adjusted to maybe 15,000 or so, because I was thinking if it doesn't push it up so high, it might have a chance of it coming down. So anyway, let's see what we can find out here now. Hopefully we'll have a little bit better luck. Well, I guess you better turn it on. Oh, it was on. Well, it just sounds different. Still no start though. Well, after a little break yesterday afternoon, a friend of mine come along and he delivered the tractor, the motor in the first place, but then he come along yesterday and delivered the balance of the tractor after he found it in his yard. The two wheels and tires, the two rear ends, another front wheel, and a pan seat, which is going to replace the pan seat that's on this one because it's so rusted and corroded. But anyway, so we dropped that on the ground, unloaded it, and then you might notice that the Cub is turned around in a different position. Now that doesn't mean that we got it started. The plan quickly developed yesterday after I dropped off his stuff on the ground here. We just towed that Cub out of its place and towed it down the yard a bit, down the road, back up, and it farted and wheezed all the way there, but would not run. So I'm still left at the same dilemma as I was yesterday. I'm sitting here in the middle of the yard now, battery hooked up, and I mentioned before, I'm not 100% sure that Magneto is timed properly, but on the YouTube University, I found another short video where the guy, he dealt specifically with installing and timing properly and checking for timing on a Cub. So we're going to go through that process. To start out with, I'm not going to go to the point where, because I've taken that mag off and on a few times now, and I don't need to practice doing that again, but we're going to start the way he described it, from once you get the mag turned on, or mounted on. He says that you rotate this mag. Oh, well, it's, of course, now it's tight. We'll just loosen that off. Rotate it so as it's tight against the engine block, or the farthest travel away that way. And in the frame there, I believe, well, maybe you can't. We'll move over here. In the frame, I believe you can see that the rotor right now is pointed straight up and down. That's just the way it was when I left the engine yesterday. I did remove the cap off here so I can see where the rotor is. So I'm going to rotate the engine over, and just to get it on number 1 top dead center. I'll just bring you down there so we catch it on frame. There's the pointer pointing top dead center number 1. Okay, now you can see that the rotor is pointed toward the engine block slightly. Number 1 is basically in this clocking position. So he says from there, you just slowly rotate your mag this way until you hear it click. Oh, did I tighten that up again? No, still loose. And we're going to go until we hear it click. Ow! And keep your hand off it. Dang it, that was sharp. Got her right there. Okay, so now it's triggered. So now this rotor is oriented to the number 1 spark plug wire on the cap. So that removes all doubt. I'm sure, definitely 100%, the mag is timed to the engine. And it works. Dang. I've got a couple more things I want to try before I pull that mag and put the distributor in place. This is the cap that comes from the mag. And this hole here was full of tarnish or schmoo. So I brushed it out, cleaned it out, and wrapped some dielectric grease around in there. And I'm thinking that might make a little bit of difference. But if that doesn't make any difference, I've got this alternate cap that comes from the distributor. And I learned this quite a few years ago. Lots of people, they spray their tractor, but they do a really poor job. They just spray the cap with paint. Well, all right. It's a sloppy paint job in the first place, but this paint never sticks to this bakelite. And what happens is it starts to release from the bakelite and traps moisture. So when you put your wires in there underneath that boot, there's moisture building up there, and it just shorts wherever the paint is when the moisture. So I went ahead and I just scraped the towers off where the cables go. I didn't scrape all this paint off, but I got it cleaned up to the point where I think it's going to work. This one also had a problem in the center, where the center secondary wire went. Yeah, the brass copper tip of that cable just remained in there, and it took a little bit of digging, but I got it out. And same thing, dielectric grease in all 4 little holes there, or 5. and service it up that way. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the original cap and see if we got contact. Okay, we're just going to give her a spin. See, it's trying to run, but it just doesn't catch. Let's try it at half choke before we change it to the other cap. Nope, we're going to change it to the other cap and try that. Okay, we got the old distributor cap on. As you can see, it's got the red paint on the body of it. But we'll see if there's any difference at all. Wow, chugged around. Well, it's chugging. It's a better result. I'm going to check my throttle position. Put her at half throttle. There she goes. Again, what I want to do is warm it up to temperature. I just put some water in it and some more gas. I'm just going to let it sit here and idle, and it's going to sputter and catch and do its thing. So I just want to let her run and warm it up, and hopefully those valves will start working properly. We can play with the main fuel valve to kind of stop it from flooding. And I revved it up a bit. Just want to get the valves captured in the frame. And you can see they're all going up and down except that one beside the intake manifold on the right hand side. Stuck tight. Okay, there you go. This little Cub, 47 Cub, is finally running. It took me quite a while. I thought it had me beat for a while. I was about ready to put the distributor on, but once I changed the cap on it, it runs right away. But now I got a little bit of valve work, and I got carburetor work to do. Got to order a kit and whatnot, and work on a few things. The seat, for one thing, and yeah. So another successful. Will it start? It did start. And I'm sure nobody had any doubt that I would get it going. So if you like these videos, please comment, subscribe, and like. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Come on, say persist. What a sweet little tractor, 47 Farmal Cub. Took quite a while to get it running, but I got it running. Finally figured out my last remaining problem to get it started was the cap on the distributor. But there we are. She's another runner. It's pretty. It looks pretty nice. Yeah, the tins are all straight, but the engine was frozen, busted on the original. This here's the engine that I got from a buddy of mine, and yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's missing because one valve is stuck, but it's pretty sweet. What do you think of that, Connie? Woo!